So the next project is we've got the drywall mudding going on right now. Basically applying joint compound to smooth out the seams and cover the screws and get the walls ready for the paint. It's a skill that takes a steady hand and experience to make it look seamless. And since that's not my area of expertise, I brought in the professionals to make sure it's done right the first time. I hope you like the progress in the office. Secondly, since it's almost spring, I had to head outside and cut down the decorative grasses for the missus, so the yard looks great this spring. This is all part of preparing for the new season, and the tasks are already starting to pile up. While I'm working, I'm thinking about my kitty Coco, and I want to share his story next. And then we're going to finish up at the end. I'll show you some of the sneak peeks of the other projects that we are working on out in the woods. Well, Ranch Hands, let's tell you a little bit about our Coco. There's some animals that come into our lives quietly, and somehow they leave a mark bigger than their tiny little paws. And that was surely our Coco. We found Coco during the middle of COVID on a rehoming website. Everything felt strange back then, masks and empty roads, uncertainty everywhere. But one thing felt certain, we had to go meet these two little brothers in the big city. Yes, I mean two. So we put on our masks and made the 5-hour drive. Coco and his brother Ozzy were tiny, nervous, and unsure about these new humans. On the drive home, we kept reaching our arms back from the front seat just to rest our hands on them, letting them know that they weren't alone. When we did finally get home, they did what most scared kittens do. They disappeared, straight under the lazy boy. For a few moments, we thought we had lost them in the house entirely, but slowly, day by day, they started exploring, first in the living room, then the hallways, and then the rest of the house. And before long, they were chasing toys, playing with the kids, and filling the house with the kind of joy only little kittens can bring. And a few short years later, Ozzy went to heaven earlier than expected. That just left Coco and us. And like any completely rational family, we decided the best solution was to go get another cat in Chicago in the middle of winter. And that's how Nanner joined the ranch. But Coco was always his own kind of cat. He loved warm days outside. He would sit in the grass like a tiny lion, chewing on the grass like a cow. And if there was a lap available, Coco believed it belonged to him, and he always wanted to be held. As he got older, we noticed something. He always wanted to be warm. So one Christmas, the kids got him a heated mat for him to rest on. From that day on, that little mat became Coco's throne. He would curl up on it for hours while the kids sat beside him, petting him, talking to him, and just being together. But eventually time caught up with him. Kidney and pancreas problems started making his life a lot harder. But Coco kept showing up. He kept fighting. In his quiet little way, he lived exactly like we try to live here on the ranch. Show up, work hard, be kind. He did that every single day. And we'll miss Coco every single one of those days. Here's the sneak peek of the new food plot we're working on. What makes this one special is a long time ago, this is the first place I took my oldest son deer hunting, as you can see with the deer stand in the back. But it's been unkept since, and as you see, we are starting to make progress in clearing this spot. This fall, we're going to end up bringing our camera out there with my daughter this time and see if we can't harvest that elusive buck. So enjoy the final bit of the video. We thank you very much for stopping by and visiting us. As we're closing out, I want to remind everybody, our motto here is to show up, work hard, and be kind. That seems to be fairly odd in the world today. And so what we're hoping is we can bring a little bit of joy to your life through these projects, through this little snapshot of our family, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed our time today. As we close out here, I want to remind you to like and subscribe and do all of that fun, smart stuff. And until next time, we thank you for visiting the ranch.